Hey, thank you for joining. In today's fast-paced business landscape, sales teams are constantly seeking innovative ways to streamline their processes, boost efficiency, and drive revenue growth. The Microsoft Copilot for Sales is a groundbreaking AI-powered solution designed to revolutionize the way sales professionals operate. So join us for an exclusive webinar where we will delve into the transformative capabilities of Microsoft Copilot for Sales. Discover how this cutting edge technology leverages the artificial intelligence to provide real time insights, personalized recommendations, and predictive analytics, empowering the sales teams to make smarter decisions and close deals faster. During the session today, we will talk about what is Copilot and its landscape within Dynamics 365 and Power Platform to maximize the ROI and driving sustainable growth with the AI-driven sales intelligence. We will also see the key features and functionalities of Microsoft Copilot for sales with some real-time or with some real-world examples of successful implementation and tangible results achieved using the Copilot for sales, followed by a detailed demonstration of Copilot for Sales to see how AI-driven insights can enhance sales performance and productivity. So whether you are a sales manager looking to optimize team's performance or a sales representative striving to exceed targets, this webinar is your gateway to unlocking the full potential of Microsoft Copilot for Sales. So don't miss out on this opportunity to gain a competitive edge in today's dynamic sales landscape. Register now to secure your spot. Hi, my name is Virendra Agrawal. I am the Dynamics 365 CE and Power Platform Practice Manager and the Solution Architect at the HSO based in Christchurch, New Zealand. I will take you through to the Microsoft Copilot for Sales today. So before we dive deeper into the Copilot for Sales, let's spend a minute talking about what is Copilot and its capabilities and features. Essentially, Copilot is Microsoft AI-driven assistant that helps users with productivity, collaboration, and content creation. It assists you with various tasks to improve your creativity by communicating it using the natural language and takes that unproductive, repeated work off your plate. The Copilot can help you determine, guide, and use the output generated by it to support you in your day-to-day activities. Moving on, now let's understand the AI Copilot's landscape within Dynamics 365 and Power Platform applications. The AI Copilot capabilities are natively built into every single product in Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. It leverages the GPT capabilities and reasons across the data sources, including the Dataverse, the Microsoft Graph, and the third-party systems available there. The Microsoft for Dynamics 365 transformed the business processes across the whole organization. It also is the world's first AI Copilot, which is natively built into CRM and Power Platform applications. The Microsoft Copilot for Dynamics 365 provides interactive AI-powered assistance across the business functions, starting from sales to service to marketing, field service, and the Power Apps. Let's have a quick look at how Copilot can improve the productivity of a user in each of these business areas. Starting with sales, the Copilot in Dynamics 365 Sales helps sellers save time, boost productivity, and providing real-time tips, crafting those emails, and providing a summary of previous meetings so that sellers can stay focused on connecting with their customers and close the deals faster. Then Dynamics 365 Customer Insights and Copilot will help the marketers orchestrate that personalized journey to elevate the customer experience. With the help of Copilot within the Customer Insights, the marketers can have a dialogue with the data by asking questions to explore, analyze, and understand customer segments, size, and preferences, etc. Moving on to the customer service agents are the front line of customer satisfaction and retention. The Copilot can help customer service reps to automate time consuming tasks, assess and share guidance, and respond to questions, and compose emails faster so that they can address to the customer issues faster. Then the Copilot within field service can support the field technicians and the frontline workers, streamline the creation and scheduling of the work orders. It will also help them summarize existing work orders and update the work orders using their voice commands. And then finally, the Copilot within the Power Platform is also bringing the power of the AI for both the app makers and the end users in the Power Apps. The Copilot within the Power Platform will help you build an app including the data behind it. You can do it just by describing what you need in a natural language. So the focus for today will be more around the Copilot for Sales, and we will dive a bit more deeper into the Copilot for Sales area. Okay, let's look at some of the main capabilities of Copilot for Sales and how it can assist the sellers. There are three main ways to maximize the return on investment and achieve the sustainable growth through AI-driven sales intelligence. First of all, it will help the sellers unlock the productivity and create assets by generating conceptual emails, summarizing their customer conversations, meetings, and opportunities, as well as the content like slide decks, proposals, and provide the insights that the salesperson needs all the time. Then the Copilot for Sales helps sellers personalize their relationship by crafting that perfect email. The AI-powered insight recommendations provide the sellers with the right context, relevant information, and even the sales tips inside the application where the communication is actually happening. For example, CRM, Outlook, Teams, or any other ways of communication. And finally, the Copilot for Sales minimizes the app switching and keeps the data up to date all the time for your sales team and management. The data is integrated within your CRM platform and Microsoft 365 collaboration apps, meaning the sellers can update the data across platforms and share that in the moment update with their colleagues. Continuing on the features and capabilities, the Copilot for Sales integrates with Microsoft 365 applications like Outlook, Team, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, etc. to provide the AI-powered assistance for many tasks and business processes that a seller would actually perform as part of their day-to-day job, including those that actually consumes a lot of unproductive time, which can be better spent on more valuable work. A seller can do both, ask the Copilot to help with the task, or choose from the predefined or pre-selected options to rapidly complete steps or generate that content in the context of their current task. For instance, a seller can ask Copilot within their Outlook app to show all the emails from new prospects or auto-generate a reply to a customer's email, right? Sellers can also recap the last customer meetings within their Teams app to prepare for the next appointment or create a follow-up task from the Teams app based on the meeting summary that they have already had with the customer. Sellers can also ask the Copilot to personalize the sales materials within the PowerPoint or Excel applications to prepare for the sales pitch or the proposal. Moving on to the references, there are already over 63,000 organizations experiencing Copilot capabilities within Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. They are seeing benefits from increased productivity to greater employee satisfaction. Copilot is delivering value to their each and every line of businesses. Here are some logos leveraging Copilot for Sales to improve their business processes across the board. Moving on to some pricing and features related to Copilot for Sales. This Copilot for Sales is a new SKU available from 1st Feb this year. It has been rebranded and it used to be known as Sales Copilot or Viva Sales. The Copilot for Sales license includes Microsoft 365 in it and will combine all the great capabilities of Microsoft Graph and Copilot for Sales. At the moment, Copilot for Sales allows you to connect with two CRM platforms, Dynamics 365 and Salesforce, to bring in that all the AI capabilities within the flow of your business processes. From pricing perspective, it is $50 per user per month and would require a product license of Microsoft 365 or Office 365 E3, E5, or Microsoft 365 Business Standard or a Business Premium kind of thing. Microsoft is continuing to add more advanced features and capabilities to Copilot for Sales as part of their 2024 Wave 1 release, which is already due from this month onwards. Microsoft will continue to release these features from now onwards till August, September. So we'll see more capabilities being added as part of that capability. And I'll show you some of that in the demo that I'm going to do just now. So talking about the demo, as you can see on your screen, a visual representation or a visual roadmap of what we're going to see today in our demo. The first thing that we're going to do in our demo is talk about how the Copilot for Sales helps you reply to a prospect or a customer that has sent an email to you. We will then create an email within the Outlook using the Copilot for Sales and invoke all the features of Copilot in there. Then we will partially conduct the meeting using Microsoft Teams to show you how we can invoke all the Copilot's capabilities into our conversations. And then we will see all of the rich insights coming out from a conversation and summarize the meeting by taking the follow-up action from there. Okay, so that's about it. Let's actually get on to the demo. All right, let me switch my screen and share my screen once again. Okay, so here I am. So as you can see on my screen, I am logged into my Outlook using one of the user, Dan. And Dan has received an email from one of the customer. I'm pretending to be a customer here. I've sent an email on behalf of AdventureWorks, who is actually interested in purchasing 100 air wall units and asking for a quote. And they are actually willing to know some product description, features and material, and any discounts if there could be any available. So as a salesperson, Dan could actually do a few things. One, if there was no Copilot available, he would have gone into manually typing this information into the CRM system by creating a contact record or an opportunity record, which could take a lot of time. Now, with the help of Copilot for Sales, Dan can invoke that Copilot for Sales right within the Outlook app to connect that information with the CRM system there directly. So while this application, as soon as I invoke the Copilot for Sales, you can see there are some options available here. I've got an option to save this email directly into Dynamics 365. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on Save. As soon as I click on Save, it's going to ask me which record do I want to connect it with. So in this case, I will select an existing opportunity that I have got here. I can also select an account, or I can select a contact if I want to link this particular email against any of that. So in this case, I will pick this as an opportunity. So I've got an opportunity called additional pipes. I'm going to select that. As soon as I've selected that, the system is going to ask me to save this record, which I'm going to do now. While this information is getting stored, you would see there is a tracked to Dynamics tag getting appeared onto this email, which says that this particular email is now saved into Dynamics 365. And this is saved against this particular opportunity here. So you can see connected to this opportunity here. Now, what I can do as a sales user, I need to send a reply to this particular customer stating how we can help them. So I've got option to type that email manually or go to CRM and search for all that information. Instead, I can use Copilot here. I'm gonna click on reply to an inquiry here. What it's gonna do, it's gonna look at the email that is there and it's gonna look at that information in the CRM to figure out if the product is available there. So as you can see here, it has drafted me a beautiful email mentioning about everything that the customer has asked for, right? So like pretty much everything that they have asked for is sort of addressed here, and they are mentioning about the quality of the product, material, and some sort of other details that are there. Now, as a sales user, what I can do is if I'm happy with this information, I can use that. If I need to make some adjustments, I can click on that adjust the draft, and I can specify if I want to make it a bit short or if I want to make it a bit long, or I want to just leave it as it is. I can adjust the tone to make it a bit formal, a bit professional, or a bit more friendly. The beautiful thing here is that it is suggesting me a meeting time as well. This Copilot is connected to my Outlook and it's able to see my calendar. So based on my calendar availability, the Copilot is able to suggest me a time when I can connect to this particular customer. I can select that particular time and click on update. And what it's going to do, it's going to update that draft for me and also include a meeting time in there so that I can send that email to the customer. Here you go. It has now updated that particular meeting, the draft for me to also include the meeting time in there. Now what I can do, I can click on the copy content and click on reply. So this is something to note here that this is AI generated content and it is there to support you with all that information, but you are still in control, right? And it is allowing you to make some adjustment if you need to make any. So what I'll do is I'll click on paste that. It's gonna copy all of that content, and I'm okay with all this content. But if you need to make some adjustment, you can always do that and then click on send. As soon as this email is sent, it's now gone to the customer, and that's it. Your job is done. Now, what I'm gonna also do, go back to my Copilot for Sales. Um, And I will also save a summary of this particular conversation into CRM, right? So in order to do that, it's gonna give me these options here. Sorry, on these ellipses here, I can save the summary. So as you can see now, the Copilot has generated a quick summary based on the conversation that I and the customer had. And I can save the summary to Dynamics 365 against this particular opportunity here, right? So what has happened now is that I received an email, I've replied to the customer, and I've also saved that conversation summary into CRM. Now let's move to CRM and open that particular opportunity. So now I have logged into as a same user here, and I've got the same opportunity that I have been updating this from Outlook. And as soon as I jump onto that opportunity, I can see here there are three conversations that has happened just now. The email that I received from a customer, the reply that I did using the Copilot, and the summary, which is saying that it's an AI generated summary that is stored against that opportunity record. So that's how you are updating the information directly from the Outlook. Now, jumping back to the Outlook, what I can also do here is that, as you see here, this is actually showing me some more details about the opportunity and the contact. What I can also do, based on the email that I received from the customer, I can, if there is a need, I can also make changes to the contact information. I can click on that contact record there, and I'm able to make adjustments. So based on this card, I see here there is a phone number here, but the phone number provided in the email is different. So what I can do, I can simply click on edit record and copy that number across and save that record directly without me navigating away from Outlook. So it's that easy to make your data up to date so that it's available for the entire organization to see and deal with. Right? So that's my scenario number one, where I received an email. I looked at particular email. I composed a reply using Copilot, and I have sent a response to the customer using the information that I received from there. And I can also see how Copilot can generate that summary for me and how it is sort of connected to the Dynamics 365 without me navigating away from my Outlook app. Now moving on to the next scenario where I wanted to create a meeting invite with this customer, right? So again, be on the Outlook itself. I can navigate to, or I can click on the events. Now what it does, it's gonna open up an appointment form for me. There you go. So appointment is now open. So what I can do, click on I can click on Teams invite because I want this meeting to be a team meeting. And I need to invoke the Copilot for Sales here again. And as soon as I invoke the Copilot for Sales, it's going to ask me, do you want to save this in invitation into Dynamics again? So actually, I need to first of all, yeah, click on that save. So as soon as I click on save, this particular invite will now be tracked. I will select the same opportunity record here, save it. That's it. Now, this particular invite will then be tracked against this particular opportunity from here on. And Copilot is also involved, so it will keep on checking what all is happening. Now, I have not really saved this record or by providing the detail, but if I navigate back to opportunity, this is where the appointment information will be seen. So it's that easy for us to create an appointment using the Outlook and invoke the Copilot capabilities in there. Now, other thing that can happen is that based on the appointment that I have created, I've got actually an existing appointment that is there just to showcase the capabilities. Now, as a sales user, when the time is due, they can actually click on the Teams link or icon available here. So that's another integration between the Dynamics and without switching the apps, it is now allowing you to join that particular meeting from any app, regardless being the CRM app or the Outlook or the Teams, right? So by clicking on this particular link, it's going to take me to the Teams invite, and then I'll continue this on the browser. And that's it. This is the general experience we generally get while we are actually joining those meetings. And that takes us to the third scenario where I wanted to conduct a meeting and show you how we can invoke all the capabilities of Copilot in there, right? So what would happen in a normal scenario is that customer would actually receive the invite from us and customer would actually come into the call and they would be waiting for getting in the lobby to allow so that anybody can allow them to enter into the meeting. So before they actually enter to the meeting, there are certain actions that as a sales user you would be taking, right? You would have to join this particular meeting here. I would probably not click so that because it will take the audio from here to there. But just to explain what happens is when we join this particular meeting, I'll have to invoke the Copilot into this particular meeting so that Copilot can be there. And the most important point here is that we have to make sure we are recording and transcripting this particular meeting so that Copilot can read that all transcript and generate the summary for us. Right. So this is actually how you can actually join those meetings there and invoke the Copilot capabilities inside your appointments or your meetings. Once the meeting has been conducted, right? So this is what I did. Based on the scenario, I wanted to actually show you how the meeting will be conducted and shown. So I have got one of the meeting here, which I did or before, and to showcase the capabilities here, what has happened is like I conducted this meeting with one of my colleague, and we actually spoke for a few minutes. And as you can see here, it is showing the full transcript of this particular of our conversation. We have been talking about the air walls. We have been talking about the discounts and approvals and all of that, right? So when you go to the recap tab, it's going to show the highlights of your conversation. So pretty much every detail of or the highlights that we actually spoke about during our conversation. The other beauty here is that this follow-up action here. As you can see, we during the conversation, we spoke about certain follow-up action. For example, that Dan, as a sales user, will be sending a meeting invite to the customer. And when I spoke about that, the Copilot has actually taken this as a follow-up task for me and is giving me an option to create a task here. And when I click on create task, it's gonna bring that screen up for me to say follow up task. Right? And then I can specify whatever is the due date I want to put in here, and it's going to create that task in Dynamics 365 for me. And after that, it's going to be all connected using the Outlook. You're gonna, as a sales user, gonna get a pop-up and be reminded that there is actually a follow-up task waiting for you, and it will also be shown onto the opportunity as the next section coming up. Yeah. Now, another thing that we have here is the mentions. So it's going to also list out all these key words that we spoke about during the call, right? So we talked about discounts, we talked about pricing, we talked about so many things there, which are all mentioned here in this conversation, so that you can always click on one of these areas and it'll take you to straight the transcript so that you can read about all of that. The sentiment analysis is another thing here, that it shows you the full sentiments during the call, how positive we were. Most of the conversation was neutral, and if there was any red, that means that there was a bit of a negative sentiments during the conversation. Right, so this is how your meeting will be summarized, and will help you create follow-up actions from Teams itself from using these Copilot for Sales. Now, another point that we actually can also see here is that once you have conducted this meeting and your summarization of meeting is there in the Teams, and then when you come back to particular email and then you want to reply to that customer once again, and when I click on the draft, you're going to see here there is an option available which says summarize a sales meeting. When I click on summarize a sales meeting, it's going to pull out the full summary that's there in my Teams app, and it's going to show me all that listed out here. Right, so now it's actually giving me the full summary of based on the follow-up call that I had with my customer, right? So without me remembering or going to my notes and figuring it out what all we discussed about, Copilot for Sales is making life a lot easier by giving all of that. And again, what I can do, I can click on copy and send this as an email to the customer mentioning that this is what we talked about, and that's it, right? That's probably one like something that we can do as part of the sales Copilot. Right, so that's on a high level. I wanted to talk about jumping back to my slide deck. This was one of the scenario we wanted to talk about, and just sharing my screen. Yep, so that was actually the demo we wanted to talk about, taking you through so in the demo, we saw how we received an email, we replied to that particular prospect, we created a meeting invite, using the Copilot capabilities. We then conducted that meeting. We did not really conduct the meeting, but we kind of saw how Copilot can be invoked into Teams, and then we summarized that meeting and then created next action items by creating a task from the Teams app and also sending that summary to the customer. Right, so that's all we wanted to cover today. I hope that was helpful. And if any questions, we are happy. We are here. We are happy to answer. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for your time, and looking forward to it. Thank you.